Halo Lur, selamat datang kembali di channel Tubiak. Apa kabar semuanya hari ini? Admin doakan semua dalam keadaan sehat. Amin. Kali ini, kita akan menyaksikan reaksi dari 4 reaktor saat memeriksa Alip Ba Ta yaitu Bohemian Rhapsody. Mari kita mulai Lur.
If you'll notice, so with that one, I was kind of familiar. I'm pretty familiar with the song Sweet Child of Mine. I'm familiar with the song that I'm going to do today. Here, let me call that up. Right. Let's make that full screen here. So Alip Ba Ta does Queen Bohemian Rhapsody.
You know, this is what's wonderful about the experience that I'm having here.
Sounds like this.
Bass note coming in.
And I feel so, grateful for YouTube for showing me so many wonderful. As an old person, I'm not big in listening to new music and stuff, but it's wonderful to hear musicians like this. In this case, with this gentleman here, he has already shown many different styles of guitar playing. In this short minute and a half that I've been listening to, enough to make me, because I play guitar a little bit, I mean nothing like this, but enough to make me having to memorize the patterns and playing in a way where the melody is embedded in the chord changes.
Okay, so he's using artificial harmonics. That's crazy. In place of the so in the piano line, right? It's like an arpeggio. He uses the pedal, the sustain pedal, and then he crosses hands, ding, ding. Well, in order to get that interval above on his arpeggio, he's using artificial harmonics to get.
This is unreal.
Okay, that's not easy stuff, especially in a song like this. There are songs that might be a little easier to play and stuff. They might not have, a lot of changes, but this has non-stop chord changes that work. On top of it, he's doing those harmonics, the pick finger harmonics. So there's a lot of mechanics going on here with right hand technique and then left hand technique, obviously. One not more powerful than the other. In something like this, you need to be equally gifted, if you would, in both hands.
instruments in one.
To do that. And also a lot of the, like I said, the melodies within the chord configurations, also the sliding, you have to be exact with that. You know, when you slide, it's like it's called double stop if you have two strings that you're holding down and you're sliding down. At least what I'm hearing here, you have to be so precise. And this is a live performance, and I get a little little nervous, because if I was doing this, I probably would have made a mistake in the first 15 seconds. But so far, this is wonderful.
I love that. I love that technique right there. Those harmonics, that really gives it a different edge.
So, okay. So, Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the most difficult songs to play, sing, to even dissect, analyze, to do whatever with, because there's so many moving parts, so many novel things for the time when it was written, and even for now.
A note a full octave higher than where he's from.
It's like 10 things happening at the same time.
Okay, so to get a snare effect, he's tapping his pinky on the guitar. Oh my God, it's...
To discuss these harmonies, for example, in the most crazy part, you know what I mean? They are so interesting and move from place to place. There's no chorus, there's no verse. I mean, you could argue that Mama, da 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 da, it's probably a verse, whatever. My point is, it's not a normal song. It doesn't have verse, chorus, bridge, whatever, boom, done. It's really hard to wrap your head around.
All right, before I get into a part that I'm obviously very familiar with because of the song, just how he throws in that extra element now on this next passage with his pinky keeping the rhythm. I mean, how many things can this guy do at one time? And then something else that I noticed. Now, this is just composer, musician, and stuff like that.
Whoa. My God. My God. That is... How does he make it look so easy? How does he make it look so easy? And that a chord, I don't know everything about every type of guitar, but I don't think chord is exactly top of the line. So he is...
That he has such a calmness about himself. You know, there is no, what we call in the music world, there is no stank face. You ever see when musicians play instruments and sometimes they're like, you know, you see the expression in the faces here? He's so calm. And then even when he did the turnaround, when I first started the song back up, and he looked up and he just like was channeling the energy of the music.
so good figuring this out and learning all the different parts.
Good Lord. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I forgot to mention at the top that so a lot of the oh my God.
So that's one thing. Now, taking it and playing it on the guitar, okay, that's still difficult if you only wanted to do a melody. That's already difficult to remember. But what he's doing here, he's basically taking the song as a whole and picking up all the important bits and playing them all. Like there's 5-10 instruments in what he's doing, and he's highlighting the important bits and letting, like, you know, here and there he plays a bass line, there he plays a melody, there he plays a chord. This is a skill that not many musicians have. I would call the skill to be able to hear the song.
Oh my God.
So I am a big fan of, for example, Bobby McFerrin, who's able to sing with just his voice, meaning no instruments at all, just him on the stage with the microphone. And he sings songs with like full arrangement. He jumps with his chest voice to the bass and then jumps to the head voice and he goes like boom, 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 and does this sort of thing. And he once talked about how he approaches it, how he figures these things out, like when to jump to bass and when to go and emphasize the melody. And he said it's kind of an instinct, kind of knowing what's the important bit in that song. And that's what Alip Ba Ta is doing here. He's instinctively picking parts, creating arrangement based on what makes this part of the song so good. Like, what is the most important thing here? And he's able to outline everything so well that if you know the song at least a little bit, and even if you don't, you would like have a sense of what he's doing. But like, if you know the song, you don't need any more information. You kind of understand it, despite the fact that on the original recording there's,
you know, it just, you could see that he was really pulled in through the playing and stuff like that, you know. And then there was some really nice phrasing that he threw in there. Obviously, this is his own arrangement, right? Because even if you gave this song to 10 different guitar players, they're going to come up with 10 different ways to arrange this, you know, to make it personal to their own way of playing guitar. But I love in here that I did hear some nice little Western bluesy riff kind of playing that came around in a couple phrases, which was really super cool. Okay, now it looks like we're going to go into one of my favorite.
wow, everything's there. Still, the melody is the hero.
Is this for real? Is this like even for real? How is that possible? How can somebody do that? I mean, just my mind is blown right now.
Oh my goodness. That was just wonderful for me. I mean, like I said, I've played guitar my whole life, but maybe only 20% of this capability. The techniques and the dynamics that he played, and this is a live performance. You know, and even though there's a couple spots in there where he knows and I know and people who are listening, he had himself a little bit of almost got himself into a challenge there. He didn't flinch. You know what I mean? It was like, is he gonna, oh, he got it, man. And it's just unbelievable. He's so talented.
Multiple tracks and multiple layers and different instruments and different vocals, and he only does it on 6 strings. This is really what's most inspiring and most impressive about this for me. Yeah, like his style is kind of bored, kind of doesn't seem to think of himself anything special, you know? Like, I just play guitar, I enjoy it.
And I'm so excited for his future, even if he decides that, hey, I love my job doing what I'm doing, and then I come home and this is my relaxed thing. Because sometimes what happens, excuse me, I'm sorry, and I've seen this happen before, and a matter of fact, it happened to me in a different sense, is when you take something you love and you turn it into a business model, it changes things a little bit, sometimes a lot of it. And it's not necessarily for the better sometimes, but in this case, if he was just to sit here and do this and grow his organic fan base and still love his job.
Keempat reaktor tampak langsung terpukau saat menyaksikan Alip Ba Ta memainkan Bohemian Rhapsody dengan gaya fingerstyle yang begitu kaya dinamika. Sejak petikan pertama, mereka merasakan bagaimana Alip Ba Ta mampu menangkap kompleksitas lagu legendaris ini dan menerjemahkannya menjadi permainan gitar yang halus namun penuh tenaga. Mereka terkesima melihat bagaimana setiap bagian dari lagu yang aslinya megah itu bisa diringkas dalam satu gitar tanpa kehilangan emosinya. Reaktor benar-benar kagum ketika melihat bagaimana Alip Ba Ta menyatukan melodi vokal, harmoni, dan ritme dalam permainan yang sangat rapi. Mereka memperhatikan bahwa tidak satu pun detail dari lagu ini yang hilang. Setiap perubahan tempo, setiap transisi, semuanya dikemas dengan presisi. Bagi mereka, ini seperti mendengarkan versi orkestra yang disulap menjadi satu instrumen oleh seorang maestro yang memahami betul esensi lagu tersebut. Ketika bagian operatik lagu dimulai, para reaktor semakin heboh dengan ekspresi kagum dan tidak percaya. Mereka melihat bagaimana Alip Ba Ta dengan lincah memindahkan jarinya, menciptakan efek suara yang menyerupai vokal berlapis. Teknik harmonik dan ketukan ritmis yang ia gunakan membuat mereka seolah menyaksikan pertunjukan penuh energi. Walau hanya lewat satu gitar akustik, suasana ruang reaksi mendadak dipenuhi kekaguman yang sulit dijelaskan dengan kata-kata. Reaktor juga sangat mengapresiasi bagaimana Alip Ba Ta mempertahankan emosi dari setiap bagian lagu. Saat memasuki bagian ballad, permainan gitarnya menjadi lembut dan penuh perasaan, membuat mereka terhanyut dalam ketenangan yang indah. Lalu ketika bagian rock masuk, petikan menjadi lebih tegas dan bertenaga, menciptakan kontras yang dramatis. Mereka merasa seperti sedang mengikuti perjalanan emosional lagu ini dari awal hingga akhir. Ada momen ketika keempat reaktor terdiam total, benar-benar larut dalam permainan Alip Ba Ta yang memukau. Bagi mereka, ini bukan sekadar cover, tetapi sebuah interpretasi artistik yang menunjukkan kedalaman musikalitas. Mereka sepakat bahwa jarang sekali seseorang mampu membuat lagu yang begitu besar terasa begitu intim namun tetap epik pada waktu yang sama. Reaktor juga memperhatikan ketenangan dan fokus Alip Ba Ta sepanjang permainan. Mereka merasa bahwa ketenangan inilah yang membuat setiap nada terdengar begitu bersih dan penuh kontrol. Tidak ada gerakan yang berlebihan, tidak ada ekspresi dramatis, hanya gitar dan perasaan murni yang mengalir melalui jari-jari Alip Ba Ta. Bagi mereka, inilah ciri khas seorang musisi sejati yang tidak membutuhkan gimmick untuk memukau. Di akhir video, keempat reaktor sepakat bahwa permainan Bohemian Rhapsody versi Alip Ba Ta adalah salah satu interpretasi terbaik yang pernah mereka dengar. Mereka merasa bahwa Alip Ba Ta bukan hanya memainkan lagu ini, tetapi benar-benar memahaminya dan menjiwainya. Mereka berharap bisa menyaksikan lebih banyak karya seperti ini karena bagi mereka, setiap penampilan Alip Ba Ta bukan sekadar tontonan, melainkan pengalaman yang meninggalkan kesan mendalam dan sulit dilupakan. Itulah lur untuk reaksi kali ini. Sampai jumpa lagi di video selanjutnya bersama channel 2 Admin ucapkan terima kasih banyak telah menonton.